What's up, TikTok? So, this is a documentary about my closest friend, Michael J Worthington. I'm doing a documentary film. This documentary film is about his life and my life in the music industry, and it's an independent industry. It's trying to get it as a job, but the documentary film starts back in 1999. I was in a band called Decipher. Now this documentary story is gonna shed light on a town in Orlando, Florida, right outskirts of it, and it's called Claremont, Florida. Back in Claremont, Florida became a huge haven for rock and metal music. And I'll tell you what, it's one hell of a story. I'm working on this documentary and about to put it out to Netflix, but I'm here to kind of promote it and get some help from you guys. I'm trying to help me promote this thing, because Mike was very important to me, man. And this guy has got one heck of a story. So I'm spreading the word now. The film is going to be called Them to Go Live Together. One of my friends is live. Who is it? Oh, yes, they're still going. But yeah, if you want to check out a story, this is going to be one of the best documentary films you've ever seen. The man you see up here, his name was Michael J Worthington, and he was killed in a car wreck on his way home from band practice. Now, this documentary film that's being pushed to be put out on Netflix is called The Musician's Creed, and it talks about this gentleman here and myself, because we were in a band together. I've been a guitar player for over 35 years. I've played all over Florida and half of the U.S., and it all started back in 1999 when Mike and I, our band Decipher, had gotten an offer for a record deal. And like 3 days before we were going to leave, we had practice, and then we're packing up, getting ready to go to L.A. And so that night, it was a Friday night, we had finished practice, and Mike, myself, and our drummer Danny went ahead. We're going to go home for the weekend. So we weren't drinking, nothing like that. We're just really excited about doing this record deal, because we had already taken over Florida and had a name for ourselves. So we went home, and it comes up to Sunday, day right before we were going to leave, and it was Mike's wife telling me that he was killed in a car wreck by some street racers, and it was a hit and run. And this hit and run caused a really big, a real mess, and not just the music industry here in the East Coast, but in Pennsylvania, where he's from, because Mike, and this is where the story has, I'll tell you a little bit more about the story about Mike, but this is just a quick cap about it. Mike inspired an entire city in Pennsylvania, and still today, they listen to his music for almost therapy, and it's just amazing what kind of man he was. And that's why I'm doing this documentary film about what my life has been with and without him, because this man's legacy deserves to continue going on. He died in 2006, so it's, you know, this man should be known, and that's why I'm going out of my way. And this is where would like to have some fans help too, you know, because I'm still filming it, I'm still directing it, and it's doing well. But any type of help from anybody, like ideas or what I can do to help fund some of it, or even get some help. The story is definitely worth it. I've pitched this story to a few people, and it's got some raised eyebrows, but I'm looking for people that are interested in taking the time to check out this story and be a part of it. It's very interesting. It's, like I said, the documentary is called The Musician's Creed, and it's about myself and other musicians here in Claremont, Florida, right out by Orlando. We all live in pretty much the same. We have fallen brothers and other bands that have died from like drug overdose to being killed in a car wreck, and it's, you know, it changed the town musically, and I'm gonna shed some light to it. You guys are going to meet some really very talented musicians and their background, and it all ties together. And in the end, we're going to be writing what we believe musicians should do and use us as a lesson how to navigate and still make a career out of it despite the tragedies and you know, just wanting to give up. And we still persevered, all for entertaining people. And we don't try to be no celebrity. We do this for the fans. This is all for you. And if I can at least put dinner on the table for my kids and put a house over their head, I'm fine. I don't need no damn Escalade. Because my gift that I was given to be a guitar player is what I give to you guys to entertain and keep you sane, because I truly believe music is a therapy, and so is this gentleman, and that's why I don't want his legacy to go on. So I'm doing this live here to let everybody know I'm going to start putting these out and talk about it and kind of slowly bring people in to the story of Michael J Worthington and the other people that you're going to be introduced to that have gone to the Lord, and, you know, definitely they have a past that needs to be reopened, and I'm going to do that. And this is going to be interesting because no one does anything like this. This is going to be like a documentary before the documentary. We're going to build a fan of this, of what's going on with the life of these gentlemen and the struggles that they went around instead of, you know, committing suicide. Because we did have a few guys that it was really hard when Mike died, and they packed up and moved away 3 to 4 states away because it was that traumatizing. So we've got a really good story, and I don't want to die without telling people about this story, because it is definitely something that would educate the younger musicians that are coming up and what to be worried about. I'm sure you guys see all the satanic things that are going out in LA and stuff. I mean, when I was going to go out there, that wasn't even talked about. So I kind of at this point feel like I dodged a bullet, because I don't swing with the selling of the soul for music. That's not what, like I said, I do it for you. I do it for the fans, because music is a therapy and it keeps people sane. And if I can at least give that to you guys. And this gentleman, Mike Worthington, he spent his entire life entertaining people, and he was one of the saddest people. He just never knew it because he always had a smile on his face. But you'll get to know him. It's a pretty big story, from drug abuse to, you know, trials and tribulations, and still getting ourselves out of it and getting ourselves right, getting our sanity back. Because there's a lot of evil when it comes to music, but there is also a lot of good. So it's gonna be a great story, and I'm gonna love to narrate and tell it. And anybody interested, please follow, please like. It's I even put some subscribers on here, so if you guys want me to, when I'm telling the story and stuff, and you get in depth with it, I have no problem with making it an hour longer or anything. Well, I mean, this means a lot to me, and I'm asking for my fellow Americans to have a heart and give me a shot and just hear this story out. I mean, if you ain't got nothing else to do, I would much appreciate it. This should shed some light on how brutal music can be, but how also there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And I can't wait to tell you about that, because there is a lot of positive out of this. But we got to get through the hardship. We got to get through the tears, because I'm sure they're going to come when I get to certain points. And, you know, you guys just put on a seatbelt and sit back and enjoy this one, because this is going to be a documentary you've never witnessed. This is something totally different, because life is very brutal. It's time for people to acknowledge that, because if we don't, we won't know how to knock the dust off our boots when we stand back up, because there's going to be a wall at every turn. I've lost 8 musicians in my time of being in several bands, going around entertaining. Very close. I just lost one to fentanyl, and he was 56, and him and I were actually working on a song, and then a week later I got a call, and he went to sleep, never woke up, and he was in his mid-50s. So buckle up. It's gonna be a cool and intense film. But I wanted to say, what's up, Thomas? How's it going? 1010 QW, thank you for coming in and listening. Like I was explaining to Thomas, I don't know if you all knew, I'm doing a documentary film about this gentleman here. His name's Michael J Worthington, and he inspired an entire city in Pennsylvania and took Florida by storm. And his legacy is absolutely worth listening to. We were in a band together. I'll make it quick because I don't want to repeat too much, because this is going to be a stepping stone. This is going to be a documentary you've never witnessed and never seen. And it's going to be intense, because his life story is one for the history books. This man not only inspired me, but he inspired so many other people that when he passed away, it devastated people. This man, when he walked in the room, he was like the life of the party. He was able to take people away from their pain and their negativity that comes with life, and give them solace and some type of peace just by him standing there inspiring and motivating people. He had a beautiful voice, very good actor. I mean, he could put him in front of a camera, and just his demeanor alone, you know, was a masterpiece. And it starts back in 1999. Him and I were in a band called Decipher, and we had, I just got out of high school in '98. he just moved down. When he moved down from Pennsylvania, he signed up for a college called Full Sail. It's a massive production college where you can get your degree and go and work in music. So we ended up meeting, and I already previously had a band. We were looking for a vocalist, and we ran into Mike. And literally a month after Mike joining us, he had all 8 of our songs done, and we went and we played our first show. And by our second show, we were playing in front of thousands of people, just because the first show just literally blew up for us. And we put on that good of a show. And then we started doing contests and started playing all over Florida, and we were doing well. And that's when we got offered a record deal from LA. So we sit down, we talk about it. We go in, we record 3 songs. We wanted a CD to make sure we had something before we were going to go to LA, because back then in those times, they were just now getting was a cakewalk and everything software. We were doing analog, but we just got a CD in, and then come up to 3 days, we're getting ready to pack our van. We're making the deal. We're going to LA. We have band practice that Friday, and then myself, Danny, and Mike, we're getting ready to leave, because Donnie, our bass guitar player, his house was where the studio was in Claremont. We tell each other, hey man, have a good weekend. We'll see you Monday when we're ready to take off, get some rest. See us, give each other a hug, and weekend goes on. And then here comes Sunday, and Mike's wife called and texted me and told me that he was killed in a car wreck. It was a hit and run. He was on his way home from band practice, sober-minded, and he was crossing over highway in 2 street racers, because this was back when the Fast and the Furious came out. So if anybody knows Fast and Furious, that everybody was racing. We had people going crazy with their sports cars after that. But anyways, he was on his way home, and these 2 guys were racing, and they hit him and sent his Tahoe flying. And he wasn't, from what the officer said, he wasn't wearing a seatbelt, so he was killed on impact. He said he was crushed. We were able to see it was an open casket, but they did a lot of work on him. These guys ran him down. It was considered in court damn near murder, because these guys left and then they turned themselves in 3 days later. So you can imagine his mother and father. It took everything we could for his father not to shoot those boys. They were drinking and stuff like that. I don't know what they got. I know they did get something. But with them turning themselves in and not being able to prove the alcohol thing, when we all know that those guys had alcohol in their system. And we have evidence of it, but that's here nor there. But it ruined everything we worked for. Now I don't have my best friend in the world. He's gone. My bassist Donnie is so traumatized. He packs his family up. Our band stopped. We did not continue. We couldn't continue without Mike. We had that band for 5-6 years with no vocalists except 1 or 2 guys just filling in. And then when Mike came in, we were starstruck with him. We hadn't had a vocalist, and this guy comes in and just nails it at a time where new metal is nothing. And we made a really big name for ourselves, and then tragedy struck, and we all separated. Now, where I come into play, Mike was my best friend, and about 2 weeks before he passed away, we had gotten into an argument. We were drinking, but we got into an argument, and he was upset with me, and I was upset with him. But then we came back a day later and just like, hey man, let's squash the bullshit. And just for some reason, he looked at me and he told me, he's like, dude, you got to do me a favor. He's like, whatever you do, man, whatever happens in this life with music, don't ever give up on music. He like begged me not to give up on my guitar playing and being, you know, keeping the struggle. I don't know why, it still haunts me a little bit why. It was like, cause I kind of feel like he knew something was coming. I mean, who can predict a car wreck, you know, but it's not every day someone tells you something like that, like they're going to be leaving and I'm never going to see him again, and I need to promise them that I'll never give up throughout my entire life on music and keep struggling to make it, you know, make a career out of it so I can survive entertaining everybody, making their life a little bit better to deal with. And here I am, devastated. I have nothing. My band just flat out separated, and then that's when I was gonna try to get my head straight, and then my fiance runs off with another guy on me. So that year sucked. But thank God I got up, I dusted my feet off and started another band. Well, got with actually an established band, and they helped me kind of get through this traumatization. I mean, at that time, man, I was 19 when we started, and then I was 25. And then, like, everything that I worked for, including having the family, just was gone in a blink of an eye. And, you know, at that point, with that much falling on you, you're just like, well, shit. I guess I got no reason but to focus on starting over, because when you lose so much, it ain't like something where you just sit back and kind of cry about it. Now you just got to sit back and go, wow, I've got to reestablish my entire mindset. Like, everything you've ever worked for, everything that you've done, and set that goal, and I mean goal. Like going to a college and getting a degree. Can you imagine going and you get ready to get that degree and they just go, nope, you can't have this. Then you go home and find out that you got to explain to your wife you couldn't do this, and then all of a sudden she's already ran off with someone else and takes the house. Now you're just living out of your car, scratching your head. You know, that's, most people would probably go and seek some type of therapy, but I couldn't get it out of my head what Mike told me to do. He told me never to give up on music, so that just kind of took over my mind. Like, okay, what am I gonna do now? Like, what am I really gonna do? I just, you know, Donnie, he was like my mentor. He was older than us, and he was like a big brother, but he had like 8 or 9 years on us. We're all young, talented, and he was in his 30s, very talented, and he just loved us. And Donnie would do anything for us boys, you know. That's why we were such a great band and had such an influence everywhere we went. You know, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but it's enough for me to feel, you know, not worried about putting this documentary out, because I've already pitched this story, and it's gotten really good reviews from marketing places. So, and this was my idea, is to come out here on TikTok and start kind of getting it out there, so you guys are, so when you do get a chance to see the documentary film, you will understand it, because it's going to be a little eclectic and outside the box. Because I want it not just to be a documentary. I want it to be able to sink in, and the way to do that is almost have to look at it as like a Quentin Tarantino movie. You're gonna have to take parts of the movie and put it together so it can bring this whole full circle of what's going on, because I'm not the only person in this documentary. There is other musicians that are very close with me that have, there were bands we had played shows all over, and they went through the same thing. You know, even when their band member passed away, it was just like one thing after another. You know, each year we were losing another bandmate from another band, and we just started, you know, the remaining musicians, we just started backing each other up and, you know, supporting each other, because if you've never been in a band is like a relationship. When you lose somebody like that, somebody that you opened your heart to make a creation, to get a reaction out of another human being, there's a lot of, I don't want to say passion, but there's a lot of opening up and spilling your heart out and doing it with another individual that feels and thinks and is going through the same thing. And when you put all that together in one room with an instrument, man, you get some lethal ass music. Whether it's hip hop, country, gent, you know, it's not a genre, metal, progressive metal. It inspires people. And that's what I'm doing here with Mike. And because of Mike, he helped push the project that I'm doing now, which that's going to be another part of this. Is I do have a project with a vocalist and myself with almost a full album, and that's going to be introduced because it's the inspiration of this. So this documentary will have a soundtrack to it, and hopefully I will find some of the decipher material, but with y'all's help and ideas, you know, I can really get this documentary out to you so you guys can get it, because this is a wonderful story. And these gentlemen, including Mike, God rest his soul, his story needs to be out there, because it is entertaining and it is actually educational, and we could learn a lot from this man's life. And have no doubt in my mind you guys are gonna not be entertained. I've got faith in it, and I can't wait to distribute it out. But what's cool about this is you guys get to be a part of it too, because, you know, this has got to get back to his mother. His mother would really this would make her feel really good, because she's been traumatized. You know, I mean, the story gets crazier, guys. He had a daughter. His wife was pregnant 3 months before his daughter was born. He died. Now that daughter that passed away, she's like 15 or 16 now, never even got a chance to meet her father. So when I mean this is a documentary, this one's for the history books, guys, and I want y'all a part of it, because this is a story nothing in the music industry's ever compared to, and I can promise you, you're gonna see, because this is beyond the word tragedy. You know, it's just sad that this town at that time created a style of music that just pushed the state of Florida. And it's just sad that the creators of that push here had to sadly go in such an evil manner. Because I'm sorry, but hit and run is a selfish act. I don't care if you're drinking or not. You hit somebody, you go and you do what you're supposed to do. You don't leave them there to suffer and die and be in a vehicle catches on fire. I mean, that's heartless. It's just heartless. And it just sucks because, I always have that saying that the good die young. And it's so true because, that man inspired so much. And he had so much to live for. He had a 15-year-old daughter because he had her when he was like 15. And then he had another one on the way. And that's where it really bothers me, is the one on the way has nothing of her father. So with this documentary film, I would hope this could give some type of closure to her, because can you imagine knowing that your father was an inspiration and a powerful man, and you can know nothing about him? There's nothing but a little bit of stories here and there of what he did in the short life that he had. He moved mountains, and there's nothing to show that. And that's another thing about this documentary. This documentary of him will give his family that peace of mind that he deserves it, man. He deserves it. Because I'm telling you right now, if he wouldn't have passed away that day, we would be still performing and doing what we promised each other we were gonna do, and that was entertain mankind. We get peace and making you happy. And it's just beautiful how music does that. Music is such an inspiration. It keeps your sanity down. I'm going to be honest with you. That's what kept me going all these years, because I could have done worse. I could have fell into the bottle a little bit more. I'm not saying I didn't. I sure did. But there's just something about Mike telling me. He kept telling me, promise me, you'll never give up. You'll do it to the day you stop breathing. Whether I make it, whether I get out there and get some fans and you get a chance to hear the music that I can produce with my project, I promised them I'd do it, and I took it seriously. I even went and got, took some classes on music, learned my theory, and I did it all for him, because he was an inspiration to me. Just an ordinary man that changed my life and so many others. And I want to release that to you guys. There's just so many stories that just are breathtaking. There's these two young gentlemen up in Pennsylvania that had contacted me about a year ago, that told me that Mike's lyrics kept them from committing suicide. And I was DM'd this letter, and I still talk to the young man and his friend today, because it just bogs my mind how these two young teenagers did whatever they could to track down somebody from Decipher, because they got a hold of our CD, and the CD and the lyrics just captivated them somehow, that before they got out of high school, these kids broke down the internet to track one of us down in that band, in the band Decipher, and wouldn't you know it, I'm the only one that's still pushing the music thing. Donnie, the bassist I told you about, that was 30. He was 30 at the time. Now he's up there. He became a minister for Seventh-day Adventist Church. We were playing metal, jamming out, saying cuss words, drinking, to him being a minister. So it's stuff like that that I'm sure, and I hope it's proven to you that this is going to be one hell of a documentary. And I'm really happy to see that you guys have, stood by to listen to this. I know it's late at night, but I'm telling you guys, this one's going to be for the history books, and I really want to thank you for taking the time to check this out for me and hear me out, because this is just the beginning, guys. I do have some trailers. If you go to my TikTok, there's a couple trailers on there that I put that are just promoting the... Oh, crap. Man, I'm sorry about that, everybody. I just cut everybody off. Oh, wow, it looked so fruity there. Ain't that gorgeous? Where's the Trinity thing? This one. I apologize for losing everybody. My battery died, guys. I'm so sorry if you find me. I apologize. My battery just totally took a crap on me. And I am sorry for that. This is just crazy. Hopefully you guys will find me back here. Where are you at? Thomas and them. I didn't get a chance to follow you guys. Hopefully you'll scroll through and see me again. Man, that really upsets me. Come on, guys, scroll back through. Where are you at? It was Thomas. And what is the other person's name? There's a few people's name. Come on, would anybody comment? No, what am I thinking? No. Come on, guys, you know you gotta be scanning through that, baby. Interact. Randomly choose, check, listen. Is there anybody out there? Or not anybody out there? Come on, people. Shoot. Man, I feel so bad. I can't believe my battery died. Go pin. Yes, come on. Pin it. Man, I am so sorry, people. I apologize. Hear your voice. Gifts. Support. Pause. Gifts. There it is. Man, I feel so bad. I am so sorry, guys. Total views 6. I didn't see anybody come here. Anyways, I am so sorry, people. I did not mean to. My battery died. There's no guests. There's nobody I can talk to. Man, that sucks. I'm really sorry if anybody comes back. I apologize for, I really apologize. I'm sorry. We'll see the layout. I don't know. It's been rough, man. I'm really happy that you guys did stay back and watch the whole thing. I just can't believe I just lost all y'all contributors. I'm so sorry. So sorry. Didn't know me. Couldn't pen. What was I? Couldn't pen. 45 minutes. Man, it was rough. Oh, I'm flying here. Rosen, nope. Man. You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? It sucks. Hello. Oh, you can't even see me. What the hell? What happened to me? Where did I go, ladies and gentlemen? I can't even see myself. Can you guys even hear me? What the fuck? What is going on? Where did I go? Where did I go? Where did I go? Where did I go? If anybody can hear me, thank you so much for checking me out. I really do appreciate that. Enhance. Perfect. There we go. What is going on? Oh my gosh. Hello. Oh my gosh. What is that? I want to turn my thing around. Why is my thing turned around? This is crazy. What the heck did I just do? I'm sorry. Where did my buddy go? Come on. Why are you doing this? Right there. Okay. No, we're back. Hello. Where's all my friends at? I feel like everybody's gone. Everybody passed. Are you just mad at me? Everybody's mad at me. So mad at me. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Here you guys. Hello. My phone died. Sorry about that, everybody. I am so sorry, guys. I did not mean to do that. You know, life is not like a box of chocolates, guys. Definitely know what you're gonna get sometimes. I don't know. Probably didn't make any sense, but it did me. It's rough, man. Please check out my stuff. What's the hot dog? Hot dog running. Food truck frenzy. Let's chow down. November 13th and 19th. Celebrate food. Yeah. No, thank you. Man, did everybody go to bed? What is that? What the heck is that? I don't know. Sorry. I think it's time for me to go to bed because I'm talking to myself. Because it's Friday? Probably. So, thank you everybody for giving me a chance to tell you about that. Hope we get some followers and we'll start making some videos for it so I can keep you posted. I will be doing it 2 to 3 times a week, briefing you on the documentary film, and anything you guys can help me with, be much appreciated. got a lot to show you guys. Like I said before, when it comes to that, when it comes to this, you guys are gonna love it. What is going on? What the heck? Why do I not see myself anymore? Like, what is going on? Can you see me? B. Sorry, buddy. You know. This is going to be a wonderful story. I mean, this is going to be very interesting for me to finish because the storyline, the absolute facts, and into how everything went down bit by bit, piece by piece. This makes Motley Crue look like chump change when it comes to a documentary. And that, I don't mean no disrespect to the boys and Nikki Sixx and Tommy Lee and Vince and Mick Mars. Love that band. But when it comes to tragedies and it comes to one heck of a crime story, documentary about a musician that was inches from inspiring the world. You just can't make this stuff up. So I'm eating a Twizzler, and I know I'm just talking to myself, but I'm just hoping that maybe someone will come on and I'll already be speaking. Well, to give you a quick brief thing, after Mike died, and I was no longer had a band at all, was when I took my plumbing. I'm a commercial plumber by day, music producer and stuff by night, but I took my plumbing to a whole different level because actually I had to go back to it because when we were going to LA, I had quit. I had retired. I retired at the age of 25 from plumbing when I was so excited. And that was another thing that was devastating, is after Mike's demise and had to come back to reality with nothing. No girlfriend, no band. All my friends were dead. God rest their soul. Try not to get teary up about this, but you know, talking about it does hit some nerves. And now that I'm 44, I don't know, you get humbled the older you get. That stuff kind of, you know, comes back to you no matter how long it is. But at the end of the day, I'm glad it's me and not somebody else, because stories like this, most people really go down, you know, if they really start hurting, and 8 out of 10 usually take their life after something like this. And that's where I'm going to tell people that's not the way they should look at life. You know, Mike was struggling when I told everybody that Mike was, you know, inspiration and lit the whole world, world. Yeah, very true. But his story on his father giving him heroin at the age of 12 or 13 caused him to be in a downward spiral with opiates One of the reasons why he moved down here from Pennsylvania is to get away with it. So that's another story that's going to be in the documentary. I'm telling you, people, this film, this documentary is going to be a masterpiece, and it should. And I really, really pray to God that this reaches even musicians in the music industry, and they take the time to check this out and watch this, because that would really make Mike roll over in his grave. To get his legacy out there to everybody. You know, his story is just, it's just so amazing. Go check out my trailers, my 2 trailers that I got out. That's gonna give you a little bit. Heck, most of my stuff on my TikTok and my YouTube, it brings you full circle to a lot of this. But you guys haven't seen nothing yet. Well, I'm gonna jump off here. Get ready. The Musician's Creed, coming soon to a Netflix near you, or Hulu. So thank you for your time. God bless, and remember, help me subscribe. Help me get this film off the ground. There'll definitely be some perks in it for you. You guys take it easy. Have a good night. Peace.